Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are working on our bags of love again. I have my little tabs here, just setting them out of the way. We are just going to get started in this. I'm so happy y'all are joining me today to sew. And today what we are doing is the second side of our zipper. First thing we're going to do is unzip the bag. It says only do it halfway. I do it the whole way. And how I do mine, I make sure to get everything lined up. We don't want our zipper going the wrong direction. It is easiest if you do leave it zipped halfway, because we do not want that zipper to be off-centered. And y'all, I know you probably hear my cat. She's on one tonight. Make sure your notches line up. I offset my bag just a little bit and then pin that zipper in. If your zipper is still zipped halfway, it will stay even. And what we are doing is just going in and pinning this all the way down to make sure nothing gets out of whack here. Now, after I get past my zipper pull, I'm just kind of holding it there. It's not really pinning it down. But what I do is I pin it all on this side. I just have that drop down a little bit. And then I will need to get my zipper foot because I forgot to put that on here. It's real quick and easy. Just slide that one off. And then we will just slide the zipper foot on. I will have to change the setting on my machine because my zipper foot is a different number. It is a 4D, and I know I am going to have to move my position over. I normally go over 2 because I just really do not want to be risking hitting that metal plate. What I do with this end right here is I just fold it in a little bit to keep that stray out of the way. Let me put my dual control foot down. I am going to put that foot right on that zipper, and we're making sure it's lined up here. Let me make sure that is lined up. Okay, and we're just going to start stitching it right here. Now these, like I said, these first couple pins aren't really holding anything in place. It's just keeping the zipper to the bag and keeping it from slipping. So I'm taking those out and just going. I can put my foot on that 1/4 inch, and it works with this foot. Now you notice I have the bag turned inside out also. And what I'm going to do is just sew all of my zippers on like this. And then we are going to do a back stitch just to hold that in place good there. Now I am going to cut these off. Let me make sure that it does look correct. Now I do need to fold this over and stitch it. And how we do that, I do like to turn my bag the correct direction. And what I will do is just fold the zipper where the seam is under the bag. So I just fold that back towards the bag. So that zipper foot is just right on the edge of the zipper. And that's what we're wanting to do, is to attach, go in and get the zipper completely in before we do anything else. Okay, so our zipper is in. So let's get the rest of them done. Now, we have an hour tonight. So I'm not going to unzip the zipper. I'm going to leave it as is. And I'm just lining up the edge and my notches, because this will make it a lot easier to keep it together if I have that pin all the way through there. So guys, how are you doing on this beautiful day? We're doing the bags of love. If you are new and do not know what the bags of love are, I do have a playlist on my channel. All you have to do is go look at my playlist, and it is called Bags of Love. I have received several donations and all now, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you that has contributed by watching videos, financially, or by providing a bag. It means the world to me. I was just talking actually with my parents tonight. We went and had dinner, and I was talking to my parents about it, and I told them, I said, I'm going to reach my 50 bag goal so soon, because I've had so many people send bags that I'm going to be able to start focusing financially on stuffing the bags. And so that is a good thing. I mean, that's very exciting to be able to do that. Okay, so we've got the second one done here, and now I do have to turn it inside out. I will have to trim this one here, and I think I'll go ahead and do that right now. What I'm doing is just going to run my rotary right along the edge of that zipper and clean that up just a little bit. So now we are going to turn our bag back over, and I can unzip it here and turn it, because I'll actually need to unzip it to get this to fold down all the way. So now it does say to press this. I'm not pressing it, I'm hand pressing it. But the goal is just to make that zipper be the only thing out there. The reason I don't press is because zippers are plastic, and I don't want to melt my zippers. And I have a tendency of probably getting the heating too close to it. So in order to avoid that from happening, I just do it like this. So what I do is I just double check to make sure everything caught, that didn't catch up. So now we're done with that one. And guys, I think I have like 7 or 8 of these that I'm doing this to. I need to pull my box of bags that everyone has sent. I did have some Happy Mail. I just picked it up today from the post office. I'm thinking it's possibly some more bags, but I will open that up with you guys tomorrow with my updates. I have updates I didn't know I'd have. Oh, I didn't get this pinned right. It looks like I need to scoot over just a little bit more. It's better if you do it on the zipper side, because that's the side you're going to be sewing on. Make sure everything is, make sure your edges of your cutouts, your corner cutouts, is even. Now I always pin these just because I feel that it's more stable. It's not going to get, whoops, we don't want to go right there. I was about to sew on the wrong side. And we have our hour today of sewing. I really feel like an hour is a good amount of time for some things like this, because this seems to go pretty quick, like, once you set it up in an assembly line type, because right now we're in like at 15 minutes and I've got my third bag on here. So make sure your other panel does not come up under it. And that everything rolls down. Now I will also check this to make sure everything caught under there. Everything caught real nicely. And we'll zip that one back up. We have that bag done. So guys, tell me what y'all are working on this day. I am continuing with my bags of love, but y'all don't have to be doing the same thing I do to sew with me. It is Saturday night. I've got an hour to get in, and I know I'm missing some lives I really wanted to watch, but that is live. And I was thinking I was going to have something I wanted to show you guys in my updates. It's not something I did, but I've got to get a little more information before I share it. And once I share it, though, it's just something I was amazed with. Let's just put it like that. Something I was truly amazed by. I will probably share that later in the week. Or I may wait for my updates next week. Not this upcoming Monday, but the next Monday. I have someone I need to talk to about it first. Like I said, just to get some more information. But I'm thinking y'all are probably going to be as surprised as I was. And it's very exciting. Very exciting. For me, it is anyway. Now, this thread's getting a mind of its own here. It's not wanting to pull with me. I got my fat quarter Liberty box actually on Friday, but I didn't unbox it until Saturday. But I'm very excited about that box. It had some beautiful blue thread in it. So, of course, I know I'm going to have to try the thread out because I'm still trying to find thread that works really well. This is Metler, I believe. And it seems to shred. I've had brand new needles in here, and it has shredded just as easy with a brand new needle in it. So I don't know what's going on. But overall, it does work better. The Aurifil thread that I used was just breaking. And And I loved the Orfil because it had the color I liked. I love the Dove Gray. I used it on everything because it just seemed to go with everything. And I may go back to Orfil now that I'm using a different needle. I may try the Dove Gray again. I think what I need to do, I think the threads that I had gotten might have been a little old. You never know. You never know how long something is in a supply, you know, so you just never know. And I know thread is like anything else. The older it gets, the more brittle it gets. But I don't know. I may end up going back to Orfil. It's just according to... I have some Superior. That is the thread that was in the box. But I have some other Superior, which I need to find that box. I haven't worked in my room today. Let me tell y'all what happened though. I was planning on doing some work in my room today, but I had the baby shower today, and then I had for Miss Ava, and then I had to get ready for I had to go get groceries, and because I was in town already, and I'm like, well, I'm already over here. I'll go on and go, and I needed to get my great nephew's birthday gift anyway, and I was like, I'll go on and get groceries, and then after I get home, put them away, I'll then go over to the birthday party. I knew I would probably be a little late, but they never start, you know, on time, so, or what we would consider on time, because it was a child's birthday party. I think he's like 8. It's my great nephew, and anyway, I was getting ready to go there, so I left the baby shower about an hour before the birthday party was. Well, I go shopping, and y'all know them little plastic bags at Walmart. That's where I was getting my groceries at. They put them way up high. Well, I'm a little old short thing here, you know. And I had to reach up to get that, which meant I kind of had to stand on my tiptoes to get it. Threw my knee out. I ran into my niece and her husband there, and I just told them, I said, look, tell my other niece, you know, that if I don't make it, this is what happened. Well, I got home, and I just laid up in the recliner and put ice on my knee. I didn't even make it to the birthday thing. But I messaged my niece, and I told her, I said, I have his birthday present here. You know, when that happens, there's just nothing you can do. It just happens. And then, you know, it was feeling better this evening. So my dad and my stepmom and I, we went and grabbed a bite to eat, which I had just bought groceries, you know. Go figure, I was going out to eat, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to stand on my leg, or, you know, or on my knee. It's just one of those things. Some days it does great and doesn't bother me. The pain is not consistent right now. I think the reason the pain was consistent was while I was doing therapy, it was keeping whatever it was aggravated. I still do the exercises, but not as much. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking. I've got 2 cats laying down here. I've got my old male cat over here. And then my newest little cat, she loves him. She takes care of him like almost like she's his mama. She bathes him and everything else. It's so funny that they're like this, because I always have an older cat, and then when I get a new cat, the new cat finds the oldest, grumpiest cat to try to befriend, and it does work. I mean, this one here, I had my Ash for a couple years before we got this one here, you know, my little one. He's just a yellow tabby cat that somebody had thrown out of the vehicle here at my house. And of course, we didn't know if he was going to make it or not. So, but we took care of him, and sure enough, he made it. But now our newest cat that looks just like my Ash, solid gray. Our vet even thought, what's going on here? Because our vet was the one that, you know, had told us that he had cancer. My Ash had cancer. And I couldn't have him suffer. I knew something was wrong when he bit me because he had never bit me. Ever. And he would never bite me. So I knew something was not quite right when he bit me. When we carried him to the vet, he had called me. I was at work when he called, and he told us, you know, he had, I think they said probably gallbladder cancer. And it was so bad, his eyes were yellow. His liver had already stopped working. So it had already spread. So our Augie looks just like him. We got her like in November or December. Because we had to put our Ash down like early in the year, like March, April, May, somewhere in there. And I was having a very hard time with it because I love my kitty cats. And for people to say it's just an animal, it's not just an animal. Because my Ash was my baby. He was my baby. I loved him and he loved me, and he let everybody know it. He wouldn't have anything to do with most people. And my husband would tell you he was my cat. he was my cat. Augie, don't tear stuff up, baby. Yeah, I hear you over there. Don't tear stuff up. This is her playground right now. She doesn't normally get to come in here, but I didn't close the door because my Oscar is in here, and I didn't know my Lucy was in here, but she's getting under this table, and I don't like that because she's the one that is destructive. She tears stuff up. She claws everything. I told my husband I'm going to carry her and have her declawed, which I think is actually not very nice to do. But she is tearing everything in my house up. And the bad thing is, she's not the new cat. Well, I don't have any new ones. We've had Augie, I think, over a year now. And we're having training issues with her. She has a litter pan that she will go in, and then she'll turn around and then potty on the floor right next to the litter pan. She'll pee-pee in the litter pan, but not pee-pee. Crazy. I've got cats that have problems. So it must be the owners, though, because, you know, animals only do what they're trained to do. So I guess I'm just not training them good enough to do right. I don't know why, but I'm not getting right on that edge. Even though I feel like I am, it's ending up that I'm not. Get that laid down good. But y'all, this is the week that I go get the MRI for my knee. I am so excited. I'm holding out hope that we will have answers. I won't get the results back until the 18th. Or that's when I go back to the doctor. So I'm hoping we have some kind of answers. All right, I didn't realize that was my last bag to put the zippers on. So next, let's create our, it says trim off the excess zipper. I don't normally do that right now. I wait until I get up to the top before I trim the zippers. So now we have to create our bottom box corners. This does have a different size, so we've got to turn it back lining side out. So we flip it back. I should have remembered this, but I didn't remember this. Now I am zipping it because I want this to be even, and we've already quilted it, so we know this flat part here is going to be the bottom. And we need to get our marking pen and our ruler to mark it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. I'm not going to bring you guys along for all the marking, but I will go ahead and mark it. And let's see, we're in almost 40 minutes right now. So I think what I'm going to do is just, we're going to call this a session. We'll be back next Sunday. I will have all of my corners marked and cut so we can start from there. So guys, I have, let's see, 7. Yes, I have 7 bags in the works right now, and we've got our zippers completely put in. I have not trimmed them. I will not trim those zippers until I get up to the top notches, because I like to have that excess zipper when I am building that corner on the bag, so I can go on and sew on it, and then I trim it then. So guys, it's one step at a time with these bags. I'm really enjoying doing these bags. We should have them done probably in another 2 more sessions. We should have all of the bags completed, so I'll have 7 more. So guys, thank you for joining me. I am really enjoying doing these bags. I appreciate everyone that watches the videos, donates bags, donates financially. Anything you do is greatly appreciated. The fact that you're here watching the video now helps me to do these bags. So guys, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. I don't want you missing out on a single thing that we do. I do a lot of sewing. I do cook, and I haven't brought any of that on this channel for a long time. I am gearing up my other channel, my cooking channel. I should be able to get it back going. I have a few videos out there. It's My Hobby Home, Eat to Live. I have a few things out there. I like testing out new kitchen gadgets, and that's all over there though. So I'm going to be doing a lot of food testing in these next upcoming weeks, and should be able to get some more videos out there for you guys. If y'all are interested in that, it's over on that channel. If you want to see some of the stuff over here, let me know. I'll throw 2 videos out in a day for you guys. I can do one in the morning for a cooking and one in the evening, you know, just our regular sewing if you're interested in that. But this is fun. It's coming right along. Y'all leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do respond to each and every comment personally. I'm going to let you know YouTube is now pulling up every comment that does not have a response to it. So like if I hearted something, YouTube is now pulling those up also. So what I'm doing, I'm going through a little bit periodically and putting a comment in there so it's not showing in my workspace today. So guys, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye guys.